Hi, this is Beza. I know it's not like a normal video because usually there's like either a montage or just music. There isn't really voice. I wanted to change a couple things. Recently, I haven't uploaded much. I've been doing a daily Volk grinds, right? Daily Volk ore. I'm currently on day 96 while recording this. But I do wanted to point out a very important thing in this game, and I wanted to explain it clearly so people would understand it a little more. Because I know many people go around this game thinking like they know a lot, yet they still don't know if they're doing the right thing, and they come to me asking for advice if they should do a certain thing, or if they should do for, I don't know, Nightmare Blades 2, or if they should go for armor first, right? So today I want to explain it a little more and get you guys to know how defense in this game works and the damage reduction. So I've did my research on both Chinese YouTube and normal YouTube, and just in general my common logic sense in this game, and I found out that defense is not really everything that you should go for. Sometimes it's better to get health, and this is where we're gonna start with the first thing, and that is the effective health. Effective health is basically a balance between both defense and HP. It is a point where you can maintain somewhat good defense and then a lot of HP, so that way you can block the damage with the defense and then also take the damage to your HP and still live. So I have also made a calculator in these couple months, calculator with all of the items in this game, and basically I like kind of studied the damage of the mobs, you could say so, and I found out that if you go for sets that have 151 defense, you don't pretty much need to go for more defense. You're good from that. Here I'm gonna show you a graph of how the defense works. Pretty much basically with a normal function. I found about that. And the damage reduction is very important. You see, when you're below 151 defense, when you're 150 defense, you have way less damage reduction. If we look at the graph a little closer, we can see that the damage reduction depends highly on the defense. We have 54 damage reduction on 150 defense and significant difference 72 on 151, which is pretty insane if you ask me. One defense does a lot of difference, which kind of brings up the subject of knowing when is the buff. That's what we call a buff in the defense damage reduction. The damage reduction buff, the boost itself, comes every around 50 defense. So we have on 151, and my thinking is the next one is going to be on 201. Unfortunately, the max defense we can currently achieve is 187, which gives us the maximum of 83 damage reduction. Remember that in this game, if you have 83 damage reduction and mob would do 60 damage, then you wouldn't get 0, you would get 1. And there's also something called probability, because even having the highest defense armor in the game, you still will sometimes get crit, and sometimes you might just get crit like 5 times in a row and you might just die. Sometimes you might just get hit for one 5 times in a row. So it all just is a probability. Same thing with the crit from mobs and the players, and how much damage the mob takes and how much the damage player takes. Now many people ask me on the beginning before they hit the end game, which is 151 defense point, they ask me what to go for. And I like to point out these things, that there's something called optimization. See, there is rings, armors, helmets, shields, and swords. Now you can sometimes do more effort and put more effort and time into armor, but then you will put less effort and less materials into your shield, helmet, and sword. Now what I want you to do is always have that balance between both, between every item that you have. You can't just charge yourself at, I don't know, nightmare dress and expect to be good with just shitty stuff. Which is why you should look at yourself from perspective of what you want to achieve in this game. There's a couple things you can achieve as set for just casual grind with mobs, as set for the boss destroyers, as I like to call them, the hybrid, which is a mix between all, and the DPS guy, which is pretty much just you don't care about the defense and you only care about the attack. I do have to point out that you will have a DPS set if you're in the end game, because once you get that defense set, you're gonna see that everyone has a defense set. So sometimes when one person is tanking, the other ones can maintain somewhat good DPS sets, so the boss goes a little faster. Now I've also did this thing, which I will be explaining a little bit more. In this game, if you're going for endgame and you will actually want to play this game and experience the grind, there's something called metas. Metas are like the best things to go for. What is the best thing currently to go for? And I wanted to say that the best thing depends on the player. You can either go for school dress progression, which is viewed here. You go from school dress 1 to school dress 4, achieving good DPS and good defense. You can go for nightmare dress from hell armor 1, or you can go for emperor's dress 3 from emperor dress 1. Now, in my opinion, the hardest is emperor dress 3, because it's just hard to get to that defense without pulling something from master keys, and master keys are gambling. They aren't really a progress because there is a high chance of losing progress instead of gaining progress. So I recommend going for the school dress method, which allows you to get easily to 151 defense with a simple technique. Pretty much what you want to do is start with any simple set as shown here, and then try to upgrade to Ghost Hat and Armoring V's. Once you upgrade to that set, you can try to get Moon Clips 4, and then just straight up go for armor. Because that thing is so cheap and so easy to get, you can easily get 151 defense. Not 150, but 151, which is perfect defense for farming Nightmare Valley. And I'll be getting to that a little more, because I've tested a little what is the best set for grinding Nightmare Valley. And you'll be surprised, it is the highest defense set for grinding mobs. But the best set for grinding bosses is 151 defense, and the max you can get health. So I recommend doing calculations on your own. You can always ask me. I will be doing another video explaining on what is the best set and for what. But today we're going to be explaining the defense and the current meta. So current meta is definitely school dress 4. That thing, school dress 3, because it is the easiest armor to craft with 35 defense. And you will craft school dress 4 as it maintains insanely good DPS, which you will need in the end game. So after making school dress 4, you can just, I don't know, focus on getting like nightmare dress or emperor dress 3 if you wish. But do remember that on top left here, I have given the easiest 151 plus sets to get. Now, you can either have a ghost mask or the robo mask as shown here. Those are two sets with just different masks. But pretty much if you're going for school dress, you need Moon Clips 4, which is for gems and armoring V's, which is easy to get. You get everything for gems pretty much. You just need the school dress free. If you want to go for Hell Armor 2, I recommend either doing Nightmare Shield 3 or going for any item from Master Key, which, for example, shield, you'll need a shield with 25 defense, or you'll need armoring 6, which is pretty tough to get. But if you don't want to do any of that and you're willing to make a helmet that has over 12 defense, so you can get above that 150 defense, then do so. I recommend Nightmare Helmet 2 or Snowman Helmet, the green one. If you're going for some reason for Ghost Dress, which I haven't seen anyone go for, you will need Armoring 6, and that is a need if you wanna, with that armor, get to over 151 defense. Going for this armor isn't really a good idea, because you can't get from anywhere with that armor. But it is a good option. I've seen a couple people make it, but then they would have to, if they won't want Nightmare Dress, which you can only make from the previous version of this armor, then you would have to make Hell Armor 1 and Hell Armor 2 and then Nightmare Dress. So it's pretty much a waste of materials, especially the Volk and Volk bars and Evil bars. But you can go for sets like that. Of course, yeah, it's an okay set. I don't hate it. I really do hate it. But I don't know why would you go for Hell Armor 3. Modena Dress is something you get from Modena itself, boss, and it is very hard to get armor, I'd say. Some people don't get it for like a couple years. You can always just grind Golden Butterflies, they drop Modena Dress, and the Modena boss itself. Slugs do not drop Modena Dress, they drop Hellspike. But with Modena Dress, here are the stats of it. As you can see, we get 35 defense, which allows us 150. You get that pretty 151 without the need of any Snowman Hat or Nightmare Helmet 3, which allows you to get, yet again, just an easy set to get, just like with School Dress 3. Now with Emperor Dress 2, because you can get it with Emperor Dress 1, easy stuff, 151 defense. With Emperor Dress 2, you will again need Armoring 6. Otherwise, don't even try. Please do Emperor Dresses after you get already 151 defense set, because you will struggle. You will be in mid game for a very long time. Now those are easy to get 151 defense set, and those are the progressions I think are the most optimal and easiest to get. If you don't, if you disagree with something, then of course be sure to tell me about it. But yeah, you can always give your opinion in the comments. But I really do think Emperor Dress progress is the hardest, because you will struggle. As you can see, we have 150 defense and not 151, which means you will not be able to do endgame dungeons, and that is because of that poor damage reduction that 150 defense offers, which makes the mobs crit way more. About, I don't know, 20 damage. That is, I'm pretty sure that's 18 damage, which is insanely big step, especially if you have low health, if you're going for like Nightmare Dress. Which is why if you're going for Nightmare Dress, you should really look for that health rings, which are like Choco 4 rings. You get them from Armoring 5, and they're just an upgrade of that ring. You should really invest in health if you're going for Nightmare Dress. Now, I think that's all I have to say. Of course, there you can pause the video and look at the picture itself. I've made it just in couple T minutes, so people can like see their progress. They're doing okay, if they're doing not okay. But remember, it's just an opinion, and what I'm thinking should be the way of doing certain armors. You can always do your own way armors. I'm not saying like it's what you have to do. So remember, if you want to do something in a different way, do it. Remember, it's your game, not mine. This is just, an advice, I'd say. And yeah, I probably will be recording a very important video soon about a certain progress. I have been grinding for quite a while now, and I'm getting closer. I'm missing couple items, let's say. I'm pretty sure 3 items or 4 items. And once I get it, I'll be making another video, so I'm looking forward to do that. I also would like to shout out to my guild, K7. Everyone that is 151 defense plus is more than welcomed to join. Actually, we're gonna be hosting giveaways, and pretty actually creative giveaways with a very huge prize. And I always love to see more people in the community. It really warms my heart. So I'll catch you on the Discord server. Thank you so much for watching.